Ever feel like you're chasing some magic formula to make your advertising, especially online, really work? Well, today we're diving deep into Google Ads for lead generation using this Ultimate Lead Generation Hacks article from Ad Labs.
hmm
Seriously, this thing's got some gold. Whether you're just starting out or you've, dabbled in Google Ads before,
Yeah.
it's all about making sure those clicks you get are turning into actual customers, not just, clicks for the sake of clicks.
What I found interesting is how the article really goes beyond the usual stuff. Like, it acknowledges that Google Ads has gotten way more uh, sophisticated, I guess.
Right.
It's not just about knowing these little tricks anymore, but like understanding why they work within this whole AI-driven system Google's got going on.
Okay. Yeah, that's huge these days with everyone talking about AI and all.
Yeah.
So where does it say we should even start?
It jumps right into lookalike audiences.
Yeah.
Basically, you're letting Google like play matchmaker for your business, which is kind of cool. Imagine taking your best customers, right? And then Google goes out and finds more people just like them.
Huh.
That's lookalike audiences in a nutshell.
That sounds almost too easy. Like, how does that even work?
It's all about the data.
Yeah.
Google takes what it knows about your current customers, demographics, interests, what they're doing online,
Yeah.
and uses that to find new people who fit that same mold, like cloning your best customers,
Yeah.
but in a way that's, respectful of privacy and all that.
So say my business is all about, I don't know, sustainable living, eco-friendly products.
Right.
This could help me find other people who are into that stuff, even if they've never even heard of my company before.
Exactly. That's what's so powerful. It's not just casting a wide net anymore. You're targeting this very specific group that's way more likely to be interested in what you're selling.
That makes a lot of sense. And I guess the more data Google has, the better it can do that whole matching thing, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Speaking of data, the article's big on conversion tracking, too. Why is that so important for Google Ads specifically? It seems like everyone's obsessed with data these days.
Think of it like a roadmap, but instead of places, it's all these data points showing you what's working and what's not in your campaigns. Are people clicking? Are they filling out those contact forms? Actually buying stuff?
Right. It's about looking beyond those, what are they called, vanity metrics, and focusing on what actually matters.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing is you can use that data to make decisions. Like if an ad or a targeting strategy isn't working, you can tweak it or put your budget somewhere else that is performing.
It's all about optimization, making those advertising dollars work harder. I like it. But even
Yeah.
with the best data, writing good ad copy, that's an art in itself.
Yeah.
This article talks about responsive search ads, RSAs, what makes them so special.
This is where Google starts doing some of the work for you, which is nice. So instead of making just one version of an ad, you give Google a bunch of headlines and descriptions. And their AI tests different combos to see which ones people like best.
So it's like Google's running its own little science experiment, but with my ads.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And because RSAs are dynamic, they change based on what people are searching for, which means they can show up in less competitive spots,
Oh, I see. So you might actually pay less because your ad's smarter.
Exactly. It's a win-win. No wonder the article says they're a must-have.
Yeah.
But even the best ad's useless if it's not reaching the right people, right?
Hey, then.
They talk about geo-targeting as a key strategy. Now, I get that for local businesses. You don't want someone in, like, Maine clicking on an ad for a pizza place in California.
Yeah, makes sense.
But what about businesses that are online? How does geo-targeting work for them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've always wondered.
Because even if you don't have a physical store, your ideal customer still exists within a certain, like, geographic context, language, cultural stuff, even just time zones.
Oh, right.
Geo-targeting lets you narrow things down based on that.
Makes sense. So your message actually resonates with the right people at the right time. It's all connected.
It all ties back to knowing your audience, which we've been talking about.
This is already making Google Ads feel less scary. So far, we've got Google playing matchmaker, data as our guide, and AI writing our ads. What else is up this article's sleeve?
Well, it gets into some bolder tactics, like bidding on competitor keywords.
Ooh, that sounds kind of cutthroat. Tell me more.
It's definitely, it can be a bold move, yeah.
Right.
But it can work really well if you do it right. Like you're basically trying to get in front of people who are already looking for what you offer, even if they're searching for a competitor,
Yeah, I see how that could be effective, but also kind of risky. Like, you really got to know what you're doing.
Totally. You need a strong USP, that unique selling proposition. You don't want to just go copy the other guy. You got to show it makes you better.
So, like, if they're known for being cheap, maybe you emphasize your awesome customer service or something.
Exactly. Use their name recognition, but make it clear why you're the better choice. There's actually this great example in the article. This company, they targeted competitor keywords, and their conversions went way up.
Wow, that's kind of amazing. Shows you got to take some risks sometimes. Speaking of which, they also mentioned call-only ads. Those are what I think they are, right? Where people can just call you straight from the ad.
Yep. And in our mobile-first world, that's huge, especially for businesses where you need that instant connection.
Right, right.
Like, think about a plumber. Someone's searching emergency plumbing on their phone. They want a solution now. Call-only ad lets them call you right then and there. No website, no forms, nothing.
Just cuts out all those extra steps, makes it super easy for the customer. I bet that's big for service businesses especially.
Big time. The article mentioned healthcare, legal stuff, anything where that personal touch matters. It's about being where your customers are and making it easy for them.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've talked about getting attention, but what about once they actually click?
That's the landing page, right?
Yeah.
And that's got to be on point.
You got it. Landing page is your chance to make a good first impression. And it's got to be more than just looking pretty.
Right.
It's got to align with the whole customer journey, you know?
So what makes a landing page really work? Is it all about a catchy headline and a clear call to action, or is there more to it?
Those are important, for sure, but it's also about like consistency. What's on that page needs to match what they saw in the ad.
Oh, right, so they don't feel tricked or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Don't bait and switch them. The article talks about having a strong value proposition, telling them right away why they should care. And then, of course, you need a clear call to action. What do you want them to do? Make it obvious and easy.
Guide them right through the process. But I guess it's different for every business, right? What works for one might not work for another. Exactly. That's why A/B testing is so crucial, which they talk about. Try different headlines, images, layouts. See what your audience responds to best. And don't be afraid to keep tweaking it based on the data.
I love that constant improvement. Okay, let's talk about those little things that can make a big difference. Ad extensions. What are those all about?
They're like bonus features that give your ads more space, more info right there in the search results.
Okay, so when you're scrolling through, it's something that makes your ad stand out.
Exactly. Location extensions are great for brick-and-mortar businesses. Shows people your address right there. Call extensions let people call straight from the ad. Again, super convenient.
It's all about making it easy, right?
Yep. Then there's site link extensions. Those let you link to specific pages on your website, so you're not just sending everyone to the home page.
Oh, smart. So if they're searching for something specific,
You can send them right to that page.
you can send them right to where they need to be. Gotcha.
And don't forget about call-out extensions. Those let you highlight special offers, unique stuff, anything that makes you stand out.
Like adding a little extra something. I'm starting to see how Google Ads is all these layers all working together. But there's one more we haven't talked about: retargeting.
Retargeting. It's like a gentle nudge to bring people back.
Okay.
So someone visits your website, looks around, maybe puts something in their cart, but doesn't buy.
Right. Happens all the time.
Retargeting lets you reconnect with them later.
It's like, hey, remember us? Remember that thing you liked?
Exactly. And you're reaching people who already know you, so they're more likely to actually convert.
Makes sense. Keep your brand at the top of their mind.
Exactly. And you can customize the message based on what they did on your website, which is really cool.
Oh, so if they abandon their cart, you might offer them free shipping or something.
You got it. You're using data to personalize that experience and bring them back in.
It's like you're bringing them back into the fold, giving them another chance. This has been really eye-opening. I'm seeing Google Ads in a whole new light now. It's not just about throwing ads out there and hoping for the best. It's like way more strategic.
It is, yeah. It's having a plan, knowing your audience, and using data to, guide your decisions.
Right, right. But even with all that, it's easy to forget about the human side of things,
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in the numbers and the tech stuff that we forget there are actual people on the other side of those screens.
Exactly. So how do we bring that human touch back into Google Ads? It's not like we can have a conversation with everyone who sees our ad.
True, but you can still make it feel personal. It's about the language you use, the tone, even the visuals.
Like telling a story, almost.
Yeah. People connect with stories, they remember them. And if you can tell a story that makes them feel something, that's when you really make an impact.
It's about going beyond just trying to sell something and actually building a connection, a relationship.
Exactly. And Google Ads, for all its complexities, it can help you do that.
That's a good point. It's a tool, but it's up to us to use it the right way.
Right.
Well, this has been amazing. I feel like I've learned so much. As we wrap up, what's the one thing you hope people take away from all of this?
I think the biggest thing is to remember the human element. Yeah, the data matters, the strategy matters, but don't lose sight of that human connection.
That's a great takeaway. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of Google Ads. And for everyone listening, we hope you found this helpful and feel ready to take your campaigns to the next level. Remember, with the right strategies and that human touch, the possibilities are endless. Until next time.